Ajalel makes Kayung an attractive offer. He says they are basically on the same side because Iblis is their common enemy. Kayung responds by hitting him in the face with a spade, forcing him to leave. At the same time, Aram feels the pain while she is on a date with Sade. The next morning, the police arrive at Kayung's shop. They are searching for a blonde woman who has recently gone missing. Kayung and Sade agree to contact the police if they see her. Kayung asks for a photo of the woman and realizes the blood she saw on Sangte's taillights may belong to her. Luckily, she kept the broken glasses. Elsewhere in the city, another body is discovered. Iram and Ejlael watch as the police take the body to the mortuary. Ejlael talks about how difficult his role as the Angel of Death is. Iram then asks why he went to see Kayung. Down, Iblis meets his young friend, Sanghyok. Sade interrupts and tells him about Ejlael's offer to Kayung. Iblis realizes Kayung will be angry and will likely take it out on him. He goes to see her and finds her snorkeling in the sea. Kayung is practicing how she would die. Iblis appears as Bubbles and fixes her snorkeling gear. Meanwhile, Imseon is exhausted by her daughter's behavior. She gets a message saying Jonghwa is in a motel with a man. When Imshan reaches the motel, she finds them playing computer games. An argument breaks out, and Imshan calls Iblis to vent her anger. Iblis tells her about a man who saved his last wish for 72 years. For that wish, the man asked Iblis to forget he had made his first two wishes. Hearing this, Imshan becomes hopeful. Back at home, Panjum goes through Kayung's wardrobe again. This time, Kayung has left photos to guide her on how to wear the outfits. Later, Panjum runs into Minji at a cafe. Bakja notices them and alerts the other elderly women in town. They start wondering why Miju moved in while Panjum was away. They also worry because Panjum is not answering her phone. Sungrai insists that Kayung killed her grandmother and that Miju helped her. Sungrai leads the women and Changsik to Pangum's house. She accuses Miju and Kayung. Miju is hurt by how easily Sungrai puts the blame on Kayung. Changsik calls Pangum, and she finally answers. Everyone is shocked, and the women grab the phone to greet her. With that, the group leaves. It is then revealed that Iblis had taken Pangum's form and fooled everyone. He thinks Kayung will be pleased, but she is not. She blames herself for making a deal with the devil, and her words deeply affect Iblis. Meanwhile, Iram meets Minji again. She tells Minji that she is deaf and reads lips. While trying to clear his mind, Iblis wanders into a gambling den and gets arrested. Kayung bails him out and hits him again. After deciding on her next wish, Boogyung asks Iblis to raise Kayung's transfer limit to the maximum. Soon after, Kayung goes to the bank and increases her daily transfer limit. Boogyung happily starts moving money from Kayung's account to her own every day. Kayung later tells Iblis that trusting humans was a mistake. She then asks him why he came to see her at the sea. As time passes, Minji and Miju become closer. Changsik grows more suspicious of the family living in the mansion. Sanghyok tells Iblis about the abuse he and his mother suffer from her boyfriend. He believes he saw an angel when he ran away from home. He prays for his mother to be saved. Iblis offers to remove the man for 1-1. He takes the man to the desert, where wild dogs attack him. Later, Ejlael appears and scolds Iblis for interfering with humans again. Iblis mentions Ejlael's offer to Kayung and says he may not be the villain. He asks Ejlael about his reason and whether he is afraid. Back in Korea, Kayung has her watch checked to understand what happened when she touched the hourglass. The watch is found to be fine. She returns home to examine the lamp and notices an inscription on the back. She looks it up online and translates it, learning the lamp was made in 1041 AD. She realizes there is a 20-year gap in Iblis's story and suspects he lied about when he was sealed. On the other side of town, Kim Gae spends his days sniffing passing cars, searching for his old family. His driver worries that his boss may be unwell, but goes along with it. Kim Gae notices men from the mansion watching him. He also senses Chang Sik and his men keeping an eye on the mansion. At the bank, Boogyung gets into trouble when the staff discover that money from Kyung's account is being transferred into hers. The bank manager tells her to fix the problem before Kyung reports the bank. Boogyung claims she did nothing wrong, so the manager asks her to meet Kyung and clear up the situation. At the mansion, Jung-hoon brings an apple to the man locked in the attic. The man has a string tied to his leg. Jung-hoon thanks him for a book and leaves. The scene then shifts to Ejlael in his office. Kyoung arrives to accept Ejlael's offer. He takes her back to the night she died. At that time, Iblis was in the desert, waiting for his next master. A group of traders were traveling through the desert when they were attacked by wild dogs. To survive, the traders decided to throw one of the slave boys, Hunbish, to the dog. During the chaos, Kyoung fell and found the lamp. She wished for Hunbish to be saved and to live a long life. Iblis killed the traders and added their remaining years to Hunbish's life. For her second wish, Kyoung asked for the slave trade of her people to end forever. Iblis destroyed the trade routes, which caused tsunamis and led to many deaths. Before she could make her third wish, Ejlael appeared. He blamed Kyoung for the deaths caused by her wishes. Filled with guilt, Kyoung chose not to save herself after being attacked by the wild dogs. Iblis had planned for her to make a selfish wish. Instead, she wished for punishment for both herself and Iblis for deceiving her. This final wish angered Iblis, as he could not accept that a human would demand his punishment. Iblis remained there, watching Kyoung's body slowly rot until it turned to ash. As he was being drawn into the lamp, he collected some of her ashes. In the present, Kyoung notices a strange look on Iblis's face as he is about to be locked inside the lamp. She kneels in front of him and reaches out to touch his face. She is shocked to see genuine regret and sorrow in his eyes before he is sealed. The moment her hands touch him, the hourglass inside the lamp begins to move. Her lifespan is reduced by 1 day. Suddenly, Iblis feels a sharp pain in his chest and drops to his knees. His body starts to burn, and everything he touches catches fire. Memories begin to return. He sees himself meeting Kyoung in the past, crying tears of blood and screaming in pain. Kyoung and Ejlael return to the moment of her death in the past. Kyoung notices the sorrow and regret on Iblis's face. This reminds her of a poem about true sorrow that her grandmother used to read to her. Ejlael is displeased that Kyoung saw the truth. He tries to convince her that Iblis is purely evil. Kyoung questions him, asking why he watched people die when he could have intervened. She hits Ejlael, and Iram feels his pain. At the same time, Sade feels Iblis's pain and rushes to him. Sade finds him and brings him back to the lamp. Iblis asks Sade about the women from his past, but Sade has no answers. Sade notices the hourglass flowing and assumes that Iblis's time to corrupt Kyoung is running out. Iblis begins to panic. Iram finds Ejlael and tells him about Iblis's pain. Ejlael is relieved to hear this. However, he is upset that he failed to trick Kyoung. He is also worried that Iblis may discover the missing 20 years in his memory. After returning from the past, Kyoung becomes more curious about the 20-year gap. She starts researching Goryeo history and finds the reference Jung-hoon had mentioned earlier. Iblis worries about the hourglass and Kyoung's final wish. He decides to try seducing her again. To learn how, he watches dramas and tries to act like the perfect man. He reenacts scenes from different K-dramas, including a very accurate imitation of Song Hye-kyo in The Glory. Kyoung is not impressed. She asks about the expression he had earlier and whether he was in love in the past. Iblis admits he once had a relationship with a female Gennie. Kyoung becomes jealous and keeps questioning him. Feeling threatened, Iblis runs away. He goes to Iram and asks her to help him find his ex-girlfriend, Jinia. At the supermarket, Im Seon is fired for her poor work performance. Kim Gae tells his driver who he is searching for. Driver Kim helps him locate his old home, but Kim Gae refuses to leave until his former family returns. Hyung-yeon receives a notification from a Gennie app asking him to make a wish. While drunk, he makes his first wish and asks to uncover a crime mystery in the village to grow his YouTube channel. He is instantly taken to the forest, where he finds a dead body while accidentally live on his channel. The discovery goes viral, and his channel gains more viewers than ever. Meanwhile, the villagers become frightened after the body is found. Miju visits Minji's clinic for a checkup. Later, she stops by the supermarket to buy a few things and overhears Sung Rai accusing Kyoung of being involved in the body's discovery. Changsik rejects the accusations and says the police confirmed the person died 20 years ago. He points out that Kyoung was only 8 years old at the time and could not have killed anyone. Pangum returns home and Kyoung finds her in tears. Pangum begs her to ignore the rumors and continue living normally. Later, Bugyung comes to see Kayung and demands that she clear her name. Kayung refuses and calls out Bugyung's greed. Bugyung admits she wished for money from the genie. Kayung still refuses to help. Bugyung threatens to kill her. Kayung asks why she is evil even though she is not a psychopath. She then reveals she has one wish left and will use it to undo Bugyung's last wish. That evening, Iblis checks on Kayung and asks how she is coping with the rumors. He takes her to the highest spot in the village, where they look at the stars. Kayung pushes him playfully to lift her mood. When they return home, they find Minji waiting. She is suspicious after learning that Miju is living in Panjum's old house. Miju says she is Iblis's sister, but Minji does not believe her and demands answers. Kayung asks Minji not to question anything and promises to explain everything later. At the guest house, Sade tells Sangtae that two female guests have checked out. Sangtae checks the rooms and finally notices the lamp. He calls Iblis and makes his second wish, asking to go to a specific time in 2004. Iblis takes him back to that day, and Sangtae confirms what happened on the night he killed the woman later found in the forest. It is revealed that his mother discovered his secret but stayed silent. Reliving the murder excites Sangtae. He returns and thanks his mother while she sleeps. After learning the truth, Kayung realizes Sangtae is a serial killer. She sets a trap and waits for him to fall into it. Iblis worries he might lose the bet, but Kayung says she will help him win. Her words move Iblis, and he realizes he is falling for her. He returns to the desert and relives his memories of her. The next day, Kayung begins working on her plan to catch Sangtae. Jung-hoon keeps visiting the man locked in the attic, bringing him an apple each time. One night, the man puts the entire village to sleep and walks toward Iblis's lamp. Iram stops him and asks why he is there. It is revealed that the man is Shadi, a genie. He is not after Ejlail, even though he hates him for killing his brothers during the war. Shadi reaches Iblis's lamp and binds Iblis's hands with magical strings. The next morning, Sade gathers everyone at the lamp. Iblis is still trapped and unable to break free. Iram then reveals that she saw Shadi the night before. Kayung decides to cut Iblis's arm to free him from the magical strings. Thankfully, he heals quickly. When Kayung brings up the past, Iblis rushes out in a hurry and forgets to bring her out of the lamp. Afterward, Iblis visits Ejlail to learn who Shadi's master is. He is shocked to discover it is the immortal being he created in the desert when he saved Hunbish. However, Iblis cannot remember Hunbish's face. He travels to the past with Sade to recall Hunbish's face and scent. Iblis finds Hunbish in the past and leaves him a warning not to harm Shadi. Meanwhile, Shadi returns home to find Jung-hoon waiting. The episode ends with Jung-hoon receiving Iblis's warning. Guys, I've spent over 100 hours on this video, and the views are so low it's ridiculous. Like, seriously, smash that like, share this everywhere, subscribe, and drop a comment. If you do, I'll finally upload part 2. I'm not kidding, I'm this close to losing it.